Everybody's here? Yep.
Yeah.
Do one more ready check.
Nice relaxing Mythic Plus here.
Yep.
No screaming.
Miss it by like 5 seconds, right?
I don't think we should have an issue.
That's always the goal.
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Astros has my backup key, so.
To prevent my father from eradicating all
He has another one of these?
we need to gain entry into his subterranean fortress city. Luckily, the flying mechanical terror that patrols this region has a control module that can open the gates. Assaulting it head-on would be ill-advised, but disabling
No 1080,
Solo's
Drew.
power nodes should render it
No, I'm just a 360 kind of guy.
The nodes are scattered
Xbox One really like killed it for me.
calibrated
So.
my sensors to detect them when you're in proximity.
360.
Hit die hell.
Your assessment
Right.
is accurate.
Yep.
So I'm gonna lust this first boss.
Dude, look at that blood DK DPS right there. I'm gonna pull as soon as they go active.
Yeah, that's fine. You get 12 seconds.
Yeah.
It'd be very interesting if you could do a 5-tank Twilight Devastation build for Mythic Plus and time it.
The city's entrance is located just past this arena.
I don't see any reason why you couldn't.
Well, they killed N'Zoth with 20 tanks. Did you see that?
Yeah. Everything but Il'gynoth.
Yeah, well, too much melee.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Let's get a shot.
Yeah. Nice for this hammer to work.
I'm just gonna try and kill it before it gets started.
Japanese issue.
He wasn't even able to clear it.
Dude,
So
it's
Bosses are such a joke on non.
Yeah, on non-tyrannical, the bosses are a
tyrannical.
complete farce. And this Platinum Pummeler just stopped before the hammer.
I'm definitely not running the exact correct talents or essences.
Yeah.
Not far off, but I totally forgot to change that. It's good enough though.
I
It'll
remembered.
get us through. You're
Because
better
I care
player
about my Mythic Plus performance.
than- Yeah.
Let's hope for a siege after this.
That's what I desperately
Put
need.
it down.
Siege on a fortified week, man. Easy.
I hate this hill.
Yeah, so watch the ground. It is hard to see the ground pound. And don't be in front of them. You don't want to take any ticks in this process waste. I had to take one tick, but you don't have to take any. Get out of that.
We skipping all this trash?
Yeah, we're going to skip to the end, do the dog, and then we're going to backtrack.
Okay.
We can kill the ads here, and then we'll just grab the boss all the way to the end.
They bolster Sabi.
I don't. They do.
Bolster each other. They bolster each other, just not the boss.
Oh, okay. Can you imagine?
Okay, I'm booking. Look at that fucking Death Knight speed.
What a boss.
What just an absolute Sonic the Hedgehog.
Speed.
Gotta go fast.
Nah, you're more like Tails. Always behind, having to be caught up.
Are you calling me gay?
little. Dude, it's okay. There's a gay couple in WoW now.
Yeah, there's some Flynn Fairy Wind and Matthias Shaw.
Very much.
Okay, gonna pull Doggo in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my god, Doggo is such a joke.
Dude, I wiped on this twice this morning.
Yeah, the Blazing Chomp, if the healer doesn't handle it correctly, can cause some problems.
Or people just fuck up the box.
Yeah, the box, yeah.
The box boss.
The first thing you said is why we wiped the first time, and the second thing you said is why we wiped the second.
I ran an 8 earlier today just to try to get the racers, and the hunter like chased every box. I'm like, what are you doing? We survived the first one without going in.
Yeah, the hunter in my group did the same thing, where he just really seemed to want him to hit the new box.
There's a reason they're called huntards. And I'm debating playing a 100S expansion, but I have to get over the huntards.
They always have a spec that's top tier DPS. They always do.
They always do.
Yeah, that's true.
They weren't very strong early expansion, though. Oh, that's a lie. They were strong in Uldir, but not in EP.
Oh yeah,
Are
we
we
gotta do this trash back here. Yeah, you're right. I'm just so eager to use Death's Advance on the treadmill and move faster than everyone else.
Hello.
I mean, yeah, you can do it too, and you probably have Wraith Walk, so you get to double dip. I never use Wraith Walk in Mythic Plus, at least not as blood. Gonna pull him through, you guys. Okay, got him. Don't be in front of him. Megadrill was my nickname in college. Exactly. So these guys, you can LOS the explosion, so I'm going to pull them on this side of the pillar so you guys can do that if you feel like it.
Healer has something to do, right?
I'm just going to tank it with AMS.
We didn't.
We're going to do
We have
all
to
of
do
them.
the other
We're going to do all of them.
This dog's gonna bolster like crazy.
That's okay. I have a boss dog. Worst things have happened. He's still not really hitting that hard. I don't know how that makes you guys feel. He's got a lot of HP though.
Just use more Twilight Devastation, dude. Come on.
Trying. I'm gonna spin him.
Kill all the trash in here if it means we don't have to do that last
Exactly.
pack.
That lets us skip the last pack.
Why, you don't love the Hearts pack in the dungeon harder than any of the bosses?
Yeah, it's way harder.
Especially on this, like, fortified
Yeah, the bolstering, yeah, not a good week for it.
Is it sad on some of those where I don't get procs? My hunter, who's 45 item level, does more damage than my mage.
No. I mean, like, it is sad because that seems to be how the class is designed for some reason, but...
EM Hunter is
It's-
ridiculous right now.
Are you gonna do the gate here? To skip
The
this?
gate. Oh, yeah. I could do that.
You gotta do it from up here, up onto the...
Oh no.
Sorry guys, I turned off the fire.
Thank you.
Don't worry, I'm still bad. Taking the
Oh
gate.
man, yeah, I'm gonna take the gate too because I fell off.
That's like the first time I've fallen off.
Once
in a long time.
death's advance goes down, like suddenly that treadmill, it's just brutal.
You could run on the edge.
Yeah, I mean I was trying to, and then I fell off because I'm bad at this game. The poor hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, I fell off on my druid in a pug and got made fun of.
That's what pugs are best for.
They didn't disappoint. That was a much better pug. I mean, they weren't great, but you know,
Good
they
enough.
killed shit. Good enough was my nickname in high school.
Attention, citizens! Please remain in your domiciles. Guards are currently en route to quell the
Oh, these guards are gonna get.
Oh, are they?
I don't know. We'll find out.
No, they don't. That could have been really bad. I didn't even think about that when I attacked him.
Watch out for those anti-personnel squirrels. They will fuck your hole.
I thought it was 12.
Proof of my point right there.
Dude, that happens. As soon as you, like, say don't
Yeah.
X,
Somebody
somehow
X's.
Slow down on that tinker. Don't kill that tinker yet.
Pretty sure there's at least one time where you were like in junkyard, don't get hit by the machine gun, and the
Well, I
pause
mean,
got
that's
hit
the
by
pause
machine
killer. We know. I mean, that's gonna happen. I accept that.
Oh, thing is falling. Can I get it out?
So, you dismantled a few of my lesser inventions.
So now did the forums sway your opinion? Have you now come around to appreciating normal mode?
No, but I kind of have settled like on they need to crank up all the difficulties other than mythic. Like make normal a little bit harder, make heroic significantly harder, so there's some sense of progression.
Well, but heroic's not. I mean, for like a cutting edge guild, mythic heroic is not like a walkthrough week 1.
I don't
Like some
right,
of
but I
us are
mean,
challenging.
I think that we should probably aim for tighter tuning than a difficulty that people maybe take 2 weeks to clear. I mean, so normal is so easy that I honestly don't know what it's for. I mean, people tell me that there are friends and family guilds. I've never seen one, so maybe that's a thing. But I'm also not sure that what that means. Like, I think we're all friends.
Yeah.
So I don't know really what.
Do you have a 3-year-old? I mean, like.
I mean, I have an almost 2-year-old.
Do you think he could do normal or she could do normal?
No, but I also wouldn't let him play this stupid game because it'll turn him into a pervert, like all the people in WoW who've been shipping Matthias Shaw and Flynn Ferrywind.
Well, but the question is, do you think he'd be able to do it? Because that's, I think, who they're targeting.
Well, I don't think they're literally targeting 3-year-olds, but I think it's more. I think it's actually the opposite problem.
Yeah, I think it's actually older.
I think it's people in their late 40s and older.
Yeah, who like aren't really that great at this game, but still want to see content and play with like their kids or something.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pull Spider Mom back so we can. Well, actually, no. I'm just gonna snare the ads and go.
You should just run.
Yeah, just snare the ads.
All right.
I snared him with a D&D.
Yep, done.
It's fine.
I got a Nova on him.
I'm used to it being the other guy. The
Do we need to
tank
kill this
buster.
pack here?
Yes.
Yes.
No, because we gotta get the other obby. Let's go.
Well, we need it for percent as well.
Okay.
I do think that they're definitely like, I don't know about normal being cleaned up because like I still don't see the point in it. So
I did not see that. I'm so sorry. What the fuck?
I can't res you.
He's throwing.
Explosion.
Yeah, it's hard. It is hard to see. Just throw in the key. Stop feeding, goddammit. Oh, wrong game.
No, I would like to see heroic be a little bit harder.
I would like Rogue to be harder.
I think heroic should be harder, but I also think that the reward should be tuned to reflect that. So I think the last few bosses on heroic in every raid should drop higher eye level shit.
But it actually does in this one, which I kind of like.
It does, and they'll do that occasionally. I just think that should be a normal. I think there should be a difficulty curve, and reward should reflect that.
I think the difficulty curve should be an actual curve, not like a step ladder.
Yeah.
Where like suddenly you just hit with this fucking wall.
Well, I mean, I think realistically, the days of me doing Mythic are behind me at this point. I mean, I'm 34, I have a son, I have to travel for work a lot, although not recently.
Is that COVID related?
I mean, I just really hit or miss. I'm a trial attorney at the Department of Justice, so I either have to travel for work because I have hearings, or I don't because the judge decides on the papers. It's not really in my control.
Range, you can stand on the
Yeah.
And the cases I have that go to trial are almost always here in DC, so I don't really have to travel for that.
Could you, in theory, live anywhere, or they're picking that you must?
I am
live in
required
DC?
to live in DC. There is a field office in Denver, which I could eventually go to. Jesus, that hurt. But I'm not super keen on that. Denver's fine, but it's not like it's someplace I'm itching to move to. I'd probably rather just stay in DC.
How many weeks does it take us to clear?
Usually it's 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah, it's not very long.
I don't think that's too bad.
I mean, I don't think it's too bad if you just want to clear it and go play other games. But I think if you want to keep playing this game, it's kind of a problem.
Yeah, the problem is that like I do want to keep playing.
Yeah, go ahead and
I
drink.
want to keep raiding
this up
more than
Almost
more
first.
than.
Don't we want to do
Or-
it after and bring it with us?
Yeah, I mean, the
No,
next
'cause
mob
we
we
need
kill is
to-
right out that door, so we might as well do it
Yeah.
here.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna pull him down the stairs.
I wish you could raid Mythic with more than 20 people.
Yeah, Mythic not being flex is I mean, they could, if they made Mythic flex, I think that would really solve my biggest problem, but they're never gonna do that.
I think a flex version of Mythic, so like would be basically what we want.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't keep like Mythic as Mythic, but yeah.
Well,
I'm
they
more
had
just a,
flex raids in the past. I forget what they called it, but it was like 25-man flex.
that is what current normal.
I mean, that's what
is.
normal and heroic are, right? They're up to, except that you can go up to 30.
Flex.
No, you go up to 40 in heroic.
The original Flex raid, which was introduced with Siege of Orgrimmar, got renamed to normal. The Flex raid style got added to what was then normal and renamed heroic, and that's what we have. And that happened in WoD, and it has not changed since.
So
Because apparently they're just cool with it.
Is heroic 30 or 40 people?
30. Capped at 30. Same with normal.
Sorry, I kind of just cut off the space.
It's okay.
I'm just really more disappointed that they, like, there are clear flaws in the system, and they have not tried to do anything about it. They've clearly just said, we're okay with how things are.
Can they lust this guy?
You can. I don't really care. The bosses are not a problem, obviously.
You guys kill that plant?
Flame cannons. Going clockwise.
God, one of the talents I didn't change that I needed to was fucking Burning Rush.
Yeah, I think a flex mythic would solve the problem because what we normally have happen is we'll get, and this is referring to Legion because we basically didn't do any mythic in BFA until this tier, but we'll get like 4 or 5 bosses into mythic, and then a few people will burn out and they don't want to go anymore, and then we're under 20. So it's like
Well, I mean,
the hard 20 number is just tough. We usually start at 22 or 23, and we have to bench people too, which is also total bullshit.
yeah.
I think a tighter flex.
There's a plan up.
Flame cannons again. Counterclockwise this time.
Well, I mean, the reason we didn't do much Mythic in BFA was because there was not enough interest in. Like, I think we could have scrounged up 10 people to do it.
Oh, yeah,
each
for sure.
year, but like we couldn't get 20.
Yeah, we have 2 or 3 people who just don't want to do it anymore, and then we don't have enough people to do it, especially because it tends to be our healers.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm kind of done with
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but
It's going on your permanent record.
I know, but I just hate how, like, unforgiving one death is.
Yeah.
It's like, you have to do it perfectly or else, like, you're just not gonna win.
I mean, that goes back to it's being tightly tuned. Like, Heroic is nowhere near that as the problem. Like, the tuning gap between Heroic and Mythic is so immense.
I'm thinking, what was the first raid? Like, that Heroic level difficulty was good. Or Mythic level difficulty was good. Where, like, it wasn't...
Highball?
That was highball. Where it wasn't, like, one person made a mistake. Like,
I think it's definitely gotten a lot worse, because, like, what is currently Mythic is the old Heroic. And, like, I've rated Heroic and Kata, and it was not this tight.
Yeah, Heroic and Kata was way easier. As we were discussing earlier. Heroic was much more accessible in Kata. You had, like, normal people clearing Heroic Dragon Soul.
Yeah, well, but it's also the elitism has gotten way out of hand.
Well, I think...
Where people queue up.
Yeah.
And, like, it's just that sort. Like, that stuff is ridiculous.
I think weak auras are a big part of the problem. I think there's been a arms race between the ad makers and the developers to keep making the game complicated despite these insane add-ons that were never, you know, intended.
Yeah.
Might want to get the defenders.
Well, on top of that, I think they've used the current 4 difficulty, like existing 4 difficulties, as an excuse to say we don't have to really target Mythic towards most players.
Yeah.
It's fine if it is towards 1%.
And it's...
Which I just disagree
Yeah.
with.
It gets the
That's
most...
dumb.
It clearly gets the most dev resources. It's completely upside down, right?
Well, it's because that's where they make their money. That's the real answer. That's where they make them.
we don't need any more.
Oh, we're good.
That
No,
should
no,
be it.
we're good.
I am just going to take off. Well, I'm going to taunt this guy, put a dot on him, and take off. So don't do any damage to him until we get out of the growths. Ow.
The fucking Sis bolster. Could have a Mega Cyst.
I don't know. I have been enjoying the tight-knit Mythic rating, but it is very challenging when it's, you know, there's a little bit too much personal responsibility. And if you lose one person, it's over.
Yeah, I have not been. I was not a huge fan of the Hive Mind experience because I was basically incredibly bored the whole time.
I didn't think Hive Mind was even, like, as a bad fight. Like, we had some bad deaths. I went back and watched the replays, and just, like, people getting hit by stuff that, you know, shouldn't get hit by.
It's just more tightly tuned than the earlier fights. But it definitely, but the punishment towards fucking up is pretty harsh too.
Yeah.
If you hit by something, you will die, and if you die, like, you will cause the raid to basically wipe. And, like, we can recover a little bit, like once or twice, but like 3 or 4 fuck ups.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Like, I feel like a lot was progression.
It was definitely less infuriating than Hive Mind.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to Soccer Boss. I feel like that'll actually be pretty decent.
Soccer Boss will be more of the same. It'll be boring for about 90%.
It'd be boring for more of us, yeah.
Well,
I will say...
I don't think the soccer aspect is going to be... I mean, we haven't seen it yet, but I don't think it's going to be that challenging.
We'll see. I mean, we do at least already know how to do the soccer part of it, but yeah.
Right. I mean, we'll see.
But, I will say that as a Destro lock, Hive Mind was actually a really fun fight DPS.
As a fire mage, it was pretty good too, because it was all about maximizing burst windows.
Like a lot of havoc opportunities, a lot of like fucking just throwing shit around. Like you lived the Destro Lock fantasy in that fight.
It was incredibly dull to
sure. I believe it.
But that's every tier. Is there are the bosses that are incredibly dull to tank, and then there's a tank boss, and then there's a healing boss.
I think the utter lack of like tanking mechanics beyond like the tank swap is pretty disappointing at this point. Beyond like a stacking debuff that you can only take 1 or 2 of, there's really no other tanking mechanic, and it's pretty annoying.
I mean, every time they try and make threat a thing again, people get mad.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I'm not sure that making threat a thing again is the solution. I don't know what it is. I'm not sure I could come up with a better tanking mechanic.
I feel like dogs and Hellfire Citadel.
I liked Jadefire, where the tank had to go up and do like a safety dance type deal.
Yeah, that was fun until you learned it, and that took about 3 or 4 attempts.
Yeah, it was just something different. Well, and the whole raid had to do it too. It wasn't just the pit.
Like right here is where the servers went down.
Big yikes.
Well, I don't want to call anyone out, but Super, those 3 deaths, I think, are what?
Dude,
Just kidding.
Dude.
All right, Clegg, did you get it?
Did it, and oh, I got it.
And so has my father. You have my
Holy shit.
Do you want the gloves?
Did.
Oh, you did get it.
Wow,
Awesome.
congrats.
Wow, thank you.
There you go, man. Congrats.
Here.
Now you
Where's
can
the
put
socket?
Master Pools on it.
Yeah, I'm throwing it right now. So, how's this? Before, I had, as is with my food buff, I had 38.8% mastery, and putting it on,
World annihilation was averted. Oh, don't forget to mention my technical prowess in this.
and wait a second, I'm up to 40.8, so 2%.
You want that belt, Super?
No.
It's perfect for Frost.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna make it to Frost this season, or this expansion. As much as I want to, I'll just keep my same gear when patch hits, and I'll tune